What's up, everybody? You're very welcome along to Anfield Agenda. I'm joined by Brian and I'm joined by Connor. And today I thought we'd have a little chat around what Jurgen Klopp's starting 11 for the final might be. We all know it's a massive game coming up on June the 1st against Spurs at the Wanda Metropolitano Stadium in Madrid. Look, lads, let's have a bash at this, the starting 11. Some of these positions are going to be fairly straightforward. We'll start from number one, and look, there's not even a conversation to be had about the goalkeeper.
It has to be.
I will take that ring light and choke you with it if you mention that again.
Or do we bring on Bogdan just for a final send off?
Just for the bands, like.
Just for the laugh.
Just for the bands. Look, but in all seriousness, Brian, there's no conversation to be had about the goalkeeper.
No.
Alisson Becker, all the
Wasting
way.
tape.
The only thing is, he's going to be wearing yellow or pink. That's all I want to know.
Yeah.
In this one.
How good is he going to be is pretty much the only question.
And how long is his beard and how well groomed is he going to be?
How much better than Lloris is he?
Just beautiful, isn't he? Yeah. That's all I can say about him.
The bearded Adonis. Look, there's no conversation to be had there. Put him in. I'm glad he's getting the number one next season, by the way, which is good news as well. So we'll push on. Right back. Now, there is a conversation to be had at right back. Normally, I would just say it's Trent Alexander-Arnold, let's put that to bed. But we have seen on the big occasion, whether it be in Europe or away in the Premier League, to sometimes our absolute amazement, Joe Gomez can be played at right back. Now, Brian, is there any argument here to play Joe Gomez at right back?
Yeah, there's one argument if Trent is injured.
But he isn't, so.
Yeah.
So.
Not going to happen. He hasn't played enough football, and Spurs aren't good enough for us to have to go with someone at right back.
Shots fired.
I can give you an argument as to what I agree with you. I want Trent at right, but I can give you an argument as to why he might. And that is Fernando Llorente, that is Heung-min Son, and that is those long diagonal balls up to the front. And we have seen at times if Trent can be caught with one thing, it sometimes can be balls over his head dropped in, or it can be a height advantage where you're putting somebody like Llorente out on Trent to try and win those second balls. So that's the only argument I can think of right now.
Yeah. The only thing I would say about that is I don't think Gomez is that much of a step up defensively as what we'd lose going forward. I think offence is a good defence. If we're just hounding them up front, they can't attack.
Yeah,
I think if you have Trent and we're pushing up and putting pressure on him, I think that's a lot safer option.
Play our game.
Exactly.
Play our game.
We've seen Spurs were so much more dangerous against Ajax in the second half of that second leg when Pochettino allowed his players to go on their front foot and he pushed Rolls and he pushed Trippier much further up, and Ajax shit the bed. They didn't know how to deal with Llorente. Yeah. And as you both have said, we need to pin them back. We need Virgil van Dijk to be pinging diagonal balls to Trent Alexander-Arnold, to Andy Robertson going down either side. So is it unanimous? Trent
even
right
like
back?
You say Gomez makes us better defensively. Why
did
he start
bigger.
in Barcelona? We lost 3-0. Trent starts at home, we win 4-0.
I think it's just bigger. I think those aerial balls, I think he's just more of a physical specimen, which doesn't really make sense. You're right, against the Barcelona, because they have Lionel Messi, Felipe Coutinho, Luis Suarez. Not really anybody that's 6 foot plus there. So I get you, and I think we're all astonished by that one. So we're going Trent at right back. Centre back pairing, there's no conversation around Virgil van Dijk. That's done and dusted, and God bless him. We love you, Virgil van Dijk.
Man his fish, that's all.
Now, Lovren or Matip or Gomez perhaps.
Matip deserves it. Matip deserves it because he was excellent in the Barcelona game, and he's formed an excellent partnership with Van Dijk. Everything that Klopp kind of believes in, giving players chances, not giving someone a game because they're the bigger name. I think he's played his way in, he's made the spot his own, and it's for the other two boys, Lovren and Gomez, who are looking up at him.
As Brian kind of alluded to there, he spoke about Klopp giving players a chance that deserve it and keeping the shirt. Another thing Klopp speaks about often is rhythm and match rhythm, and it's why I never believed we would see, say, Naby Keita come back in here for the final or anything like that. But for me, Matip is in that rhythm. He has been an able deputy at centre back alongside Virgil van Dijk. He does like to carry the ball out of defence at times, and we can, if he gets dispossessed, we can be in trouble. But he can also set up some attacks, and another one who can ping very good long diagonal balls as well.
Yeah, I think it just has to be Matip. Like Brian said, he's earned his place there. He's been so good the whole way through, and hasn't really put a foot wrong. And him and Van Dijk have just good partnership this year, so I think you have to go with him. It'd be disrespectful, I think, not to.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. He's the only thing I ever had against Joel Matip was injuries, and he has put together a very long and consistent run of games now, Brian, where I've no doubts about him anymore.
Yeah, you always get that extra bit of respect for a player, because Gomez was out, Lovren was out. It was like, if anyone else gets injured, we're in a pickle. and he had been constantly injured, and he just stepped up, came into the team, kept himself fit. No, even if half of that is just by purely willing it not to happen, he fully deserves it. Fully deserves it. He's been super for us. Free transfer.
Yeah, I love stuff like this. I mean, you can go across our entire back line, take out Van Dijk and talk about the price of them, but that's another day's conversation. Andy Robertson, left back, again, another one like Alisson. There's no conversation to be had here.
We don't even have another left back, really.
The only thing you could say would be somehow, for some miracle, he decides to drop Milner in a left back, but it won't happen.
Nah, no chance, unless he's injured, which he's too positive and energetic to be injured, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. And as we've seen all season, the assists and you spoke about the attacking intent from our two fullbacks and how they can be as dangerous as any number 10 even for us.
Yeah, something close to 40% of our league goals have come through the fullbacks.
You do know now that there's some lad out there
I
now
know.
on his computer.
It's 39%.
Yeah, and you were
actually.
going to get it.
To that guy. What was I saying? Yeah, he's undroppable. He's undroppable. And like Conor said, we not only do we not have a comparable left back in the squad, we don't even have another left back in the squad. So, just pray that he's. What was it he picked
We
up?
do have Moreno, come on. Like
He's more of a winger, though, I think.
But he is.
He's
Well,
not,
I mean, we're
he's
saying
not
we've
a
got nobody in the entire squad. I mean, we've got nobody we play there. Is just the honest answer.
No, but Moreno is.
Shite.
Let's be honest. Like he's Bobby Firmino's emotional support animal on away trips in Europe.
It's true, though.
That is true.
He comes in his own little bag to go on the plane. Like, yeah, Robbo. What can you say about Robbo? Okay.
Yeah, he's nailed on. So look, the back five. So we've got Alisson, we've got Trent Alexander-Arnold, Joel Matip, Virgil van Dijk, and Andy Robertson. Grand.
That's sound, yeah.
So this moves us into probably the one area in our team in the entire season where we've had some, not bones of contention, but you can make arguments for anybody standing. Now I'm going to start with the defensive midfield position. Fabinho has to start, surely.
Has to. Surely, like Henderson might start, but not in that role. I think you have to give that number 6 to Fabinho. Has to be.
He was sensational, Brian, against Barcelona.
Yeah, it's sometimes when a player plays in that position, it's hard to realise just how good they are because they're not doing fancy stuff, scoring goals or whatever. But you just watch back a little bit. You see some of the highlights. You just see how dominant he is. He has paid the way he covers ground, the way he times his tackles. Just incredible defensive midfielder. 2 or 3 years time, he's going to be something else.
Yeah, he's going to be fantastic.
He's going to dominate Premier League midfields.
So we're all happy he's in the 6. Well, the so-called
Yeah.
6. So then we've got 2 ahead of him if we're going to stick to the 4-3-3 system that we've gone with.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of players in this conversation. Now, we're all happy to say that Naby Keita won't be fit enough, even if he's declared fit enough to start,
argument's
sake.
because of the rhythm thing and because of stuff like that, and because we've had too many times in Champions League finals. Harry Kewell, I'm fit to play. No, you weren't, mate, and he was off then. Then obviously we had the unfortunate injury to Mohamed Salah in last year's final. So he's nailed on. There's 2 places to go, and I think there's really 3 players here. We've got Jordan Henderson, we've got Gini Wijnaldum, we've got James Milner.
That is realistically that's the list.
So which 2 are you going to go with?
Hendo and Wijnaldum, straight up. Hendo for the box-to-box role. Fabinho sits. Wijnaldum does what Wijnaldum does. Takes the ball, carries the ball, gets forward, decides what's the right thing to do. I think that's our best combination of fit and available players. Like Ox and Keita, yeah. I know a lot of people.
Bench players for me for this.
No
for
rhythm.
Oxlade-Chamberlain,
No
anyway, maybe
rhythm.
with 12-man bench. We have to point that out.
Everyone gets a chance. Everyone has to sit.
If
on the
Moreno
bench.
will get a lollipop and a seat on the bench, like free match programme.
So
He'll get to drink the Powerade like he's actually going to come on and do
like
something.
Wijnaldum scored 2 goals against Barcelona. He deserved. You go with those guys. I think.
I agree on Henderson. I don't know. I've spoken before about Jimmy Milner and his absolute desire and obsession to win this Champions League, the only domestic really trophy or European club level trophy he hasn't won. So, and he's proven last season as well in a run to the Champions League final he does like a bit of Jimmy Milner. So I'm going Henderson and Jimmy Milner for me. But as we've said, you can make arguments for any 2 of those 3. But for me, Henderson and Milner. But for you, you'll have to decide and vote on this, I suppose.
I'm so torn. Like, I do think Henderson definitely, I think he has to start. Captain of the team has to start. But just the 2 of them and Milner just sounds too defensive, doesn't it? But I do agree with you. I think Milner has to start. So it's really tricky. Like, I personally would probably go what Brian said with Henderson and Wijnaldum, but
Would you go Wijnaldum and Milner and not Henderson?
I think Henderson has to
You
start.
think, yeah, because
I think it probably will be Fabinho, Henderson, Milner, to be honest.
All right, well,
I
I'm
think it
happy
will
to
be
go
that.
with that one. We'll go for Fabinho, Henderson.
I think it will be
Milner.
that.
That's the general consensus. And the front three is, again, well, I suppose we say it's an easy conversation. We've got Mohamed Salah is going to start, Sadio Mane is going to start. The only possible conversation really around here is Divock Origi going to start, or will Bobby Firmino have gotten enough fitness back? And one thing we can say about Bobby Firmino, Connor, and what Jurgen Klopp thinks of him is he puts him in a different calibre to everybody else when it comes to fitness.
His power recoveries are legendary.
Yeah, and he's just naturally fit. Klopp has said that time and time again. So, do you see Bobby starting?
I think if it's possible at all, then he will start. I think Klopp just loves him. I know Big 12 inch has been doing well, but
he's doing some warm weather training now, I believe. Bobby Firmino, seen some videos popping out. Seen those white Nashers on a private jet with his missus.
I think he just has to start if he's fit at all. No disrespect to Origi, but Firmino's just a level above. He has to start.
And any surprises for you, Brian? Are we still looking at Mane on the left, Firmino for the centre, Salah off the right?
Yeah, I just think we have to go with our strongest team, and it is a bit interesting, a bit worrying that Firmino has this knock, because if I see Origi's name on the team sheet starting, I'll think, well, Bobby has no chance. He can't even come on.
It was strange. That whole few minutes against Barcelona in the second half, that was very strange, considering you had the whole thing around Stevie Nicol at the time saying he believes that injury was worse than we were led to believe, but then he played 20 minutes and then all of a sudden he's not available for the second leg. It's a bit strange.
He clearly, I think Klopp said something last week, said, well, Bobby will be fit because Bobby's Bobby. He's always, it's like whatever happens the next day he's fit. He doesn't get injuries, but he's just made of stronger stuff. But the fact that he had to go off, the fact that he couldn't play, that you don't want to be rushing him. Start him in the final. He 2 minutes in, 3 minutes in, even 10 minutes in, and it's gone again. Whatever is gone, and then you're one sub down and you're 10 minutes in. So that's going to be a really hard call. His fitness is crucial. Bobby Firmino's fitness is crucial for the Champions League final.
I know you sent me a message the other day saying you're a big fan of Bobby Firmino getting a chain with his own name and date of birth on it.
Just in case he gets lost or something.
That's his missus. Guarantee his missus. Look, love, you've been out on your own a lot lately. Just put this on you there. It's like a dog collar. We'll know we are at all times.
It's not, as if you could mistake him.
Last thing before we go, score predictions for the final. Now this will be going out a little bit closer to the final. I have to say, in case anything changes, we're recording this maybe 12 days out from the final, something like 13 days out from the final. Connor, score prediction for you?
3-1 in normal time.
To the Reds, obviously.
To the Reds, yeah.
Brian?
I think it'll be 1-0, then they'll pull one back to 1-1, then we'll just pull away, I think.
Brian, for you?
3-0.
I like it.
Yeah,
I think I rate that.
I like it. I'm gonna go 2-0. I would have probably gone for a 3-1 if you hadn't gone for it. I can see us winning by 2 clear goals. 3-1 would probably be more likely, but just to sit in the fence here, I'll go 2-0. And
sorry, Spurs fans.
You don't want to be disrespectful towards
No.
Spurs.
No.
And even in our build-up all week, we'll have been talking about nothing but respect for Spurs as a club, but I do feel like, and Connor said to me before, the history from last season, the feelings the players felt, the way that they know how the day is going to unfold, the build-up, the breakfast, everything that leads up to that kick-off moment. I just think we're going to do it. I just genuinely think we're going to do it.
Yeah, because I think we've already beaten them twice this year. I know you could say that was a bit of luck with Alderweireld at the end, just knocked into his own goal basically, but I think we are just a step above them, and the experience I think will pay off. I think that'll be the main difference between the two teams. Look, ladies and gents, we're going to leave it there, but please do let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Let us know your score predictions. Let us know if you disagree with the starting 11. Maybe we've put somebody in that you don't believe is right. Also, before you head off, don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do hit that button and make sure to turn on notifications. We'll be back very soon, and look, the final's not too far away now. Up the motherfucking Reds.